Welcome once again to our morning devotions, experiencing God through the seasons of life. And our devotion this morning is titled Weep Not, coming from the book of Luke chapter 7, verses 11 to 14. I will read in your hearing. And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city called Nain, and many of his disciples went with him and much people. Now when he came nigh to the gate of the city, behold, there was a dead man carried out, the only son of his mother. And she was a widow, and much people of the city was with her. And when the Lord saw her, he had compassion on her, and said unto her, Weep not. And he came and touched the bier, and they that bare him stood still. And he said, Young man, I say unto thee, arise. And he that was dead sat up and began to speak, and he was delivered unto his mother. May the Lord add a blessing to the reading of his word. We meet a widow who is going to bury her only son, her only child. She's widowed, and in those days, if you were widowed, your hope was in your children, that they would look after you. This widow had lost all hope because her son had died. And as she goes to bury her son, a lot of people, maybe out of pity, compassion, follow her to help her bury her dead. And all she's doing is just weeping. What I love about this story is that the city of Nain is mentioned only once in the Bible. And it is mentioned in connection with this woman. Seems like this woman has put the city of Nain on the map. And for me, all these stories are stories of God's providence. They show how everything that is happening in every story that we have done so far, heard so far, read so far about the widows is a story about God's business. And we are about to witness God's business in a big way. As he's going out of the city, Christ is coming into the city. He had just finished healing a centurion and is coming into Nain. And as he comes in, he's also being followed by a lot of people. Well, there are so many stories of salvation that we could focus on, but today we want to focus on this woman. When Jesus sees her, the savior of creation, the master designer, the loving savior, sees this woman, and he does not see the crowd. He looks at the dead body, but looks past beyond the dead body because he has a solution. He looks at the woman, he goes to the woman and touches the woman. I want to believe in this instant the woman experienced that deep love of the Savior when he said, weep not, weep not. You know, it's not easy to stop weeping when that which is causing you to weep is still present, is still like it is. The dead young man was still dead, and Christ was commanding her or encouraging her not to weep. You know, that's what Christ does. After she had stopped weeping, he then goes to where the young man was laying, and then he touches the young man and says to the young man, wake up. What I'm learning here is that this woman trusted the one who was telling her to weep not, and then she stopped weeping. The Savior is still saying the same to all of us, to say that whatever your situation that is causing you to weep, he is inviting us not to weep not. First, he dealt with the woman and then went to that which had caused her to weep. In all our situations, the Lord wants to deal with the person first, because if he deals with the situation first, you might not maybe, well, she was going to appreciate, but I want the order that the Lord used here. He went to the woman first and said, weep not, and then went to that which had caused her to weep. Your situation might be such that it's causing you to weep, but the word of the Lord is full of comfort. It's so filled with words of comfort. God knew your situation would make you weep. Whatever situation it is, whatever situation that is making you weep, it might not be death, but it is just as bad as death. It is as bad as if you have lost your only source of hope. But the Lord is saying, weep not, because he says whatever comes your way, he's able to deal with that. And I love the fact that the one who is saying weep not is not just an ordinary person. He has solutions to every situation that is making you weep. He has a power to make that which is causing you to weep to come to life. Whatever your situation that is dead this morning, the Lord is saying, weep not. Hold on, because when you are weeping, your eyes are clouded with tears and you cannot see what the Savior is doing. The moment she wiped her tears and listened to this stranger of Galilee, things started getting better, and the Lord said, now watch. And then he went to that which was causing her to cry. The Lord wants to stop you from crying. The Lord wants to comfort you. The Lord wants you to wipe your tears so that you can see his great love, what he is doing. Because I believe as he was looking at that woman, as their eyes came into contact, he also saw compassion in the Savior. And the same Lord, the same Jesus Christ has compassion on you, and your case is not done until the Lord has finished with it. Even our loved ones who are dead, Christ calls them, they are asleep. And in this demonstration, he's telling us that there is one day that he is going to make them come to life, that he will bring them to life again. It might not be now, but at his coming, he surely will bring our loved ones back to life. May you be comforted as we wait for this great miracle, and may you learn to listen to God's instruction that he is saying, weep not, because he has a solution. Surely he has a solution. May the Lord comfort you, and may you weep not.